Hello, chismosas y chismosos, and welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime. If you're new here, I'm Audrey, former paralegal turned stay-at-home mom who loves true crime. I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world. The cases I cover are wild, topics may be triggering, viewer discretion is advised. The people mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So with that being said, grab your hot Cheetos and let's get started on today's case. Today's case was requested by Nandi. I'll be sure to tag her below. Thank you, my angel, for your request. I hope you like my take on the case of Missy Bevers. Missy Bevers was born Terry Leanne Strickland on August 9, 1970 in Graham, Texas. She went by Missy. She married Brandon Bevers in 1998, and they had 3 daughters together and lived in Red Oak, Texas. This badass 45-year-old fitness instructor would rise around 3:30 a.m. to make it to a gladiator boot camp class she directed on a weekly basis at the Midlothian Creekside Church of Christ, about 20 miles away from her home. It was raining, but this wasn't going to stop Missy from standing on business. She was sure to announce through her social media handles that rain or shine, class was still going to be held on that fateful Monday, April 18, 2016. Her Facebook post on April 17, 2016 at 7:55 p.m. was a picture that said, "If it's raining, we're still training." And when I read that, my little black heart nearly melted. I love this type of badass mentality, and I'm going to use this phrase daily because it may not be real rain, but life often takes us through storms where we have to keep going. If it's raining, we're still training. Missy arrives at the church at 4:30 a.m. What she did not know was that someone was already lurking in the shadows since 4 a.m. Missy's students arrived to find a horrific crime scene at 5 a.m. 911 is called. She was found facing down in a pool of blood with broken glass scattered all over the floor. Surveillance cameras were able to capture a person standing about between 5'2" and 5'7" inches tall, dressed in tactical SWAT gear, a hammer of some kind of tool in hand, with what the Midlothian police have called a very distinct walk. This cold-blooded killer is seen walking the church hallways, opening and closing doors, smashing glass with something that appears to be a hammer. Sadly, Missy had succumbed to the injuries to her head and chest and was pronounced dead at the scene. Her official cause of death is listed as blunt force trauma. There were reports of a gun and a hammer found by her lifeless body. When investigators spoke to her husband of 20 years, Brandon, he said they were happy and did not know who would want to do this to his wife. Sadly, like a lot of marriages, there were highs and lows. Police via subpoena were able to uncover financial issues and cheating allegations. But Brandon had a rock-hard alibi. He told investigators he was on his annual boys fishing trip in a whole other state, Mississippi to be exact, with receipts of his plane ticket and a rental car receipt. People close to Missy communicated to police that she seemed off and not her bubbly self lately. 3 days prior to her murder, Missy showed a friend a private message she received on LinkedIn they both agreed was creepy and strange. Exactly what was said in those messages is not public and probably won't be unless this case even makes it to court. Police, however, have confirmed that they spoke to whoever messaged Missy in a flirtatious manner since January 2016 until the day she was unalived. So they did confirm that Missy was speaking with someone on LinkedIn flirtatiously since January 2016 until the day that she passed away. Upon searching her car, police found a GUN registered in her name, her phone, keys, iPad, wallet, handbag, among other personal belongings. In January 2017, 9 months after the brutal attack, police released an interest in wanting to speak to someone driving a car similar to a 2010 or 2012 Nissan Altima. Video from a business nearby shows someone driving circles in the store's parking lot, flashing its headlights, parking in an area for a few minutes, and then exits onto Route 287. The business, which is exactly 0.6 miles away from the church Missy was brutally murdered, is called SFWA Outdoors, where at the time sold GUNs, ammunition, hunting, and fishing supplies. A public Facebook post by a page registered to SFWA Outdoors on January 3rd of 2022 stated, effective immediately, SWFA will no longer operate a retail presence in Midlothian, Texas. Existing firearms and NFA transfers will be accommodated via appointment only.